Hello, this is Janelle Fernandez, immigration attorney. Please contact me with all of your immigration questions, inquiries, or comments on your process. You can reach me at fernandesimmigration.com, FERNANDES, fernandesimmigration.com, or you can call the firm and schedule a consult at 754-300-8434. That's 754-300-8434. I am here to help.
Alright guys, welcome back to the One Pop Podcast, episode 61. It's your boy Cian.
Trev.
It's Donville. We're back.
Yo, back ain't a word. Donville, I'm not gonna lie, some things that's going on in the world that we see kind of hit in different ways. I guess I'll let you open up with it.
Man,
in a sense.
You talking about the Amber Geiger situation?
Yes, I don't want to get shot in my yard.
Man,
So that's enough of it.
it's crazy. So
I'm just saying.
it's like we remember when it happened last year, right? When
Yes.
we found out that this lady that was a Dallas police officer came into this guy's apartment by just opening the door and shot him dead.
Yeah.
And that kind of, and me and my cousins were talking about it, especially after the whole thing where, you know, the police department came in, they're like, oh, we found marijuana, we found all this different stuff at the guy's apartment.
In my four corners?
And then, and like me and my cousin was talking about, I was like, they're trying to like criminalize the guy when he's just a regular dude. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. He's in his own apartment eating ice cream. And he got shot and everybody's criminalizing him. So I kind of had a little discussion about that. But then I found out, you know, more that he was like a really good, upstanding young man. Like, you know, he was involved in his church. He worked at a very reputable company. Took care of his family. You know, came from a good family. He had everything for him that you would want in a young black man. You know, in America, and to see his life just go away so quickly, and then like the division that it caused and all the tension that it caused with people trying to like throw blame at him, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
So, you know, fast forward, we found out, you know, Amber Geiger would get charged with manslaughter, and I kind of didn't pay too much attention because once they say manslaughter, that means she's probably gonna get a little slap on the hand, and whatever's gonna happen. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna disconnect myself from that.
Yeah.
So, but then like something happened where I think it was just like a slow news week or something last week because it wasn't a lot going on. But they did have the trial going on. Mm-hmm. And it was like that towards the end of the trial. So I started, you know, paying attention. And I kind of got caught up at the part where they were doing the closing remarks for the verdict. Because a lot of stuff came out, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff about Amber Geiger's past and her behaviors and, you know, her racist tendencies. You know, they got text messages, and it's crazy now. I've been talking to you guys about you know, the type of data that can be collected on you.
Yes.
They found text messages that she did delete, but they weren't deleted.
Yeah. Like
they did whatever they need to do. They saw the text messages, and they could actually see the ones that she deleted from her phone.
Trying to protect herself, right?
Exactly. So she knew it was incriminating. You know what I mean? So they found text messages of her at this Martin Luther King Day parade earlier that year, I believe. And she was talking with another officer, and the officer was like, I basically complained about the parade, like, when's this going to end? Like, it's a long day, blah, 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 like regular work stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then she texted the other officer, like, just mace him and push him back. She's talking about the Martin Luther King parade people. Like, just mace him and push him back.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then her partner's like, when's this parade gonna end? She's like, when Martin Luther King dies.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Crazy stuff.
I mean, now you said a lot. I'm gonna say perception is lately. I feel like I've been defining perception and people's perception of things. And the stigma of racism in this country has been so stink lately. I mean, you need to take a shower, you need to get erased. Not to get too mentally crazy and Miss Geiger. I would say this: I've lived in the apartments. I've lived in a couple of apartments, right?
Yeah.
You cannot mistake your floor. You cannot. It's a different feel when you live on the second floor and you look down and know what the distance from the second floor is. Then when you get on the third floor and you can see that distance.
Right.
I'm not sure the average person when they get home, and I'm gonna say this, and not to take away from this guy, right? As an officer, you're supposed to always be alert of your surroundings, especially when you have a firearm on you, meaning that someone could sit there and try to manhandle you in any way, or try to disarm you. You should be able to protect yourself. So we're under the terms of protect and serve. It seems like her instincts or her duty as a police officer left when she clocked out, right? Now, I'm not sure.
I wouldn't say they left because she definitely used her police officer, her department issued firearm. You know what I'm saying? And the thing, I want to save that for a little bit later because we're gonna really dive into this. I don't want to. Because there's been a lot of surface talk about this situation.
All right, so down let's dive.
I paid some real good attention to it, so I want to dive into it deep.
I'm going for the dive.
So
knee deep.
So let's just backtrack a little bit to the. I'm just gonna give y'all her character that was exposed during the trial, so y'all because there hasn't been a lot spoken about her.
Why? Because
they want to protect stuff. They want to protect her.
Yeah.
Because when you do find out, it's not a lot of good stuff, and I'm not saying that because she's a bad person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she's got affiliations, and it's just like it seems that it's her environment. That's what she is. You know what I'm saying? She's cool with the racist activities.
She's cool with the racist activities.
Yeah.
That rhetoric is too strong.
We all know those type of people. It's like, oh well, I'm not racist, but my uncle is, and I hang out with him all the time, and that's just it.
So one bad apple spoil the whole bunch.
Anyways, so then there's another text message where her friend's talking about this dog, a German Shepherd, right? And her friend says, "Oh, I think my dog's racist." And then she says, "Oh, I would like it. Like I want a racist dog." You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's my type of dog.
So Donville,
these are text messages.
So basically, when she went inside of her house, or when she in her apartment, that she thought she went inside of, she saw a black man. She got excited.
No, we're gonna get.
Oh, we know we're close to that. Okay.
There's more.
Go keep
so
going.
Then there's even things on Instagram and Pinterest. You know those little memes.
Yeah.
A lot of the I might want to try to politicize it. And she has a lot of memes that she likes. That do say things like shoot first, ask questions last. Like she really embraces the right to kill people, and is alright with it. You know what I mean? Like she had this one where she was like, "I wear all black because I'm ready for your funeral."
Jeez.
Like, yeah. So this is her character that I'm trying to display for y'all.
Yeah.
So let's get to tonight, okay? So based on the trial, they say she was getting off work late. And while she was getting off work, she was communicating back and forth with this gentleman. And apparently, it was her coworker or sergeant or something like that. She was having a sexual relationship with. So she was sexting.
Oh, stop vex. You're vexed, dog.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
So while she's vexed, while she's sexting, she pulls over the car for 16 minutes and calls the guy. Nobody knows. They can't track the conversation, so they don't know what the conversation's about. But after 16 minutes, she gets off the phone and she continues to text him. Images, different things. I'm gonna leave that to your imagination.
Pre-gaming.
So her mind was distracted. That's the point I'm trying to put across. Her mind was fully distracted. So maybe that's why she walked into the wrong apartment. You know what I mean?
What?
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know. She was all saying she was distracted. So anyway, she pulls up to the, and apparently this apartment complex, it's not in a hood area. It's supposed to be like a downtown. It's close to downtown Dallas. It's a nice area.
Like a suburb.
Yes, it's not even suburb. It's like that kind of metro downtownish vibe.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So it's multi-story, and basically they have a parking garage, and the parking garage is multi-story. So, but you get into the parking garage and you park on whatever floor you live at, and then you just like hop out and you just walk into the hallway where your floor is. So
Sounds pretty
the
expensive.
problem started where she parked in the wrong level, and then she just went where because all the the parking garage, everything looks the same, right? Mm-hmm. So she just walked in, went to where her apartment would be on a lower floor. Now, mind you, there's a red floor mat on the ground, so that I don't know how she didn't see that.
Well, but I mean, Downville, I'm gonna say this, and not to be racist with the word parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Not all parking lots look the same. I've been to a couple different parking lots, so I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say this, and let's not go back to living in the apartment. I'm gonna use the hospital parking lot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go down to Miami with a parking lot that people been going inside of and graffitiing up the whole time.
Yeah, those parking garages.
That still got the numbers on it that says you're on the fourth floor.
Everywhere. Big numbers, right?
Yeah.
You always got big numbers.
Yeah, that says right there. That says, oh, this elevator, you're on the fourth floor. If you go down, and each four corners, plus what's in the center, they always have an identifier, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
It's just because it's protocol. It's policy.
Situations like this.
And Trevor, it's not even situations.
Yeah.
Like this. Because what it's done for is the people who have short-term memory loss, right?
Uh-huh.
So what they want to do is to help, and that's the reason why it's made big. First,
You can see at nighttime, everything.
yeah, and it has to be retro-reflective. So if your car drives in, you're supposed to make sure if your light hits it, you can see it. So there's a lot that goes into this, into making the garage. Now I'm gonna say this: what this is setting up for is for the family to sue the apartment complex.
Oh, the apartment complex is definitely negligent in this.
Yeah, I mean it's this is gonna go wrong. I would say this, and I'm not trying to say this is a come up for nobody.
Nah.
The police department is getting sued, right?
Yeah.
The apartment complex is getting sued.
Yeah.
Heavy.
So normally people collect one check off these things. It's gonna be two checks. Somebody's about to own an apartment complex office. Trevor said I wouldn't even make one.
No.
That's taste in my mouth.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So she gets to the door, right? She decides to open it up. Of course, it's unlocked, and she sees this man sitting on the couch eating ice cream. And then, according to the witness, there were no police orders. There was no put your hands up, stop, freeze in the name of the law. None of that.
No Miranda rights?
According to the witness, there was a lot of kind of arguing back and forth, like probably saying things like, "Yo, what you doing in here? This is my apartment. What are you doing here?" Whatever happened, right? Couple seconds. I think it was under 30 seconds probably that occurred, according to the witness. Pulls out the gun. Pop, pop. I don't know the distance between the shots, but they said it was close enough to where it was like just
instant.
It was two shots.
Yeah.
And it was like one after the other type thing. Okay? The witness, of course, he's a brother. He's like, I didn't go out and, get all into it and try to see what's going on. He was kind of like, I looked out to see what's going on, but I was like, because he actually saw the police officer. So he thought like, okay, maybe, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe everything's okay. Maybe the police officer got it. So that type of thing. So that occurs. Apparently she calls 911.
Heard that call.
And then the thing that bothered me about that, she profusely said, I'm on the wrong floor. Mind you, this man is dying.
Yeah. And
you worried about your... Like, she obviously knew she was in trouble. According to the 911 call, she obviously knew she was in trouble. She obviously knew she did something wrong.
Maybe she was like repeating, "I'm on the wrong floor." Like kind of naturally, I done wrong. I have done wrong.
Like, if you got somebody dying,
Yeah.
you should be concerned about that person living.
She probably was panicking.
No, she did panic.
Yeah.
Say this. When people get in fight or flight mode, and I want to use that pretty correctly. Most people don't think about somebody else.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you panic will let you think about yourself. So not saying she was not worried about his situation. She knew what she did. That's the main reason why when you said she kept on screaming out, "I'm on the wrong floor," because the reason why that stuck out to her is because that's the identifier. That's really where
things went left.
Yes, that's where it went left. So as an officer, that's how she could protect herself.
But I'm saying though, if you were saying I'm on the wrong floor, when you open that man's door, you would have known, hey, I'm on the wrong floor. It's like how do you get past all those checkpoints? Let's call them checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
How you get past all those checkpoints to the point where you're arguing with somebody about them being in their own house?
Can I be sexist?
And then beyond the argument, you decide to pull a gun out.
Yeah. Well, let me be sexist for a second.
Go ahead.
God, in this time of age, we're going to say yes to this?
Yeah, I really want to get this out.
Okay, go ahead.
This is very profound. Because as me being married and being around women, women know furniture. They know what their environment looks like. Like, Trev.
Forget furniture. They know this. You know the smell of your house.
Yes, they know the aroma.
As soon as I enter my house, I know, like, if I enter somebody, I didn't say my house, because you could you get to a point where you're used to the smell in your house.
Yeah.
But when you enter somebody else's house, you immediately have an identifying smell. You're like, oh, I like it, I don't like it. This is so-and-so's house. It smells like so-and-so's house.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And as an officer of the law, I'm going to say this. Most officers are very meticulous, right?
You're held at a higher standard as far as like.
And I'm not. It's not even held at a higher standard. Yeah. The reason why, and that's the reason why I use the word sexist for a little bit, because a lot of the things that went wrong in this situation on the category of just being a normal woman, not a typical woman. I'm using the word a normal woman.
Okay.
There's too much would have been identified in there. There's a lot, and Donville, one of the biggest things you said was smell, because my wife is big on smell too. If she's gonna buy her scented candles or the little Glade plugins, it's technically the same flavor, right? You know you're surrounded. For one, you know if your TV was put in the right corner of your house or the left corner. You know where your couch is. So when you open that door and saw the man sitting on a couch that you didn't buy, probably on a rug or a carpet that you don't have, surrounded by furniture that has no context, belongs to you. Yeah. That would have been the biggest identifier. My question would have been for her. Didn't she walk in there and be like, "Yo, where did all my stuff go?"
But this is the problem though. When you have that mentality that, hey, I got a gun and I can use it. Oh, I'm in my own house, so I could really use it, and it's cool.
Yeah,
we've heard people say things like, "Oh, well, you know, I got my gun and somebody come to my house. Guess what? I'm gonna use it." They kind of have that just. They're ready to use it.
There was a case a couple years ago where these kids were breaking into this house and this old man caught them and he started shooting, right? They were more trying to run out of the house, and someone was on the phone so you could hear it, and you hear the girl pleading for her life. Please, we are so sorry, we'll leave her. And he just unloaded on her.
Oh,
yeah, so a lot of people are saying that, yo, you're in my house, I could shoot you all you want, but it's not. It shouldn't be this towards other humans. Like, we're easily just to done you off that quickly. You know what I mean? Like,
for what's the most valuable thing in your house? A TV?
Yeah,
like for real.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say this, Trevor. You see how you talk about that? People don't know the law. Now, I'm not gonna say. Based on my choices of life experiences, that's illegal. That's one of the reasons why the stand your ground law is set the way it is. Because for one, if someone breaks into your house and you shoot them, Trev, they have to exhibit two things. For one, they'd have to be possession of a firearm or a weapon, such a knife, and they will have to technically try to stab you with it first, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they try to stab you with it and they turn their back, you can't shoot them. you can't do nothing. The most you can do is try to tackle them.
Yeah.
Right? You can't shoot them in the back.
You see, that would happen with another case too, because someone things down in Miami. One kid was trying to break into his house, failed. The person came home and saw him trying. He took off. I think it was a lady, took off after him and shot him in the back and killed him. Chased him down. Even if he was about to do wrong, he was no longer on your property.
Yeah.
He's
like, you scared him off, but you chased him down and gunshot him, and he's done.
Yeah, because technically what should have done then. And I'm gonna say this. This is the reason why George Zimmerman, when Zimmerman got off, it hurt my feelings. And I'm gonna say this. We keep going back to the word perception, but I'm gonna look at determination at this moment, right? For the fact that you sit there and you determine that you have the right to take someone's life when it's not, when you're not in power, is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a lady chasing the guy down, right? If he runs, you don't got to chase him. Police will catch him.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say this, and we learn little things that it's probably why corporations make money off insurance.
Yes.
But based on the Amber thing, I think this is something that should get re-advised with police officers. For one, when they leave work, I think, and this is I'm gonna say, and police officers, if you listen to this episode, don't judge me. I do personally think your firearm should stay in your work locker, because what is gonna stop this same situation again from happening in the future? Because I'm gonna say this now, Amber was I would like to say emotionally attached to something else, which distract her, right? But a police officer is a human being. Even though, as Dom said, I'm holding them to a higher standards, but they're a human being as well. And as a human being, we go through trials and tribulations where we get into our emotions and make mistakes. For example, and I'm gonna use this one just an example, right? If the officer goes out tonight with his boys that he met in college, he was hanging out in college, and tonight may be the night that he got drunk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't got drunk in like 25 years, but tonight was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun. And just because he has a small amount of liquor in his system, and he goes home and someone says the wrong thing, and I'm gonna say the right thing, because when you say the right thing to the wrong person, you get the response you're technically not looking for, right? So when you do that and put an officer in that position, right? He's gonna think that because what's in his flight or fight mode, that he has a way to protect himself, which is gonna get his gun and shoot you, knowing that he's not having time to analyze the situation. And the reason why I'm going by this, I'm gonna bring a story up. This is me and Jason. We're gonna go on South Beach with this one, right, Donville?
All right.
And guys, this story is not a good story. It's a bad story, but it has some morality to it. This was, I think, early 2001. Me and my friend Jason, we went down to South Beach, and we're doing things we ain't supposed to be doing. We used to pull up at the little hotel that's on the strip, because the pool is right there. So what we used to do, we used to go there pregame. We used to bring the bottle, the liquor, sit there and kind of get a little bit twisted, then go walk the strip. So that's where the first thing went wrong, guys. I'm not telling anybody to go out and get drunk. We sat there and we drank a little bit, and Jason was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit nice. I'm just going to go catcalling some girls, Yeah. And again, catcalling is not right. Some girls don't like it. Some girls do. So to each their own. So we went out there and he's sitting there catcalling. There's just two ladies that were standing, and there was like about 15 feet, two guys behind them, but the guys were talking, the lady was standing there. Yeah. So he started talking to the lady, and she's like, well, nah, I'm with somebody, so I don't want to talk to you. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to get you in no trouble. And the liquor was kicking in, so, my boy was like, trying to spit his game.
Yeah.
Homie rolled up on him and sitting here and grabbed him and was like, yo, what you trying to do? And he was like, man, did you really just grab me? Like, I'm going to smack you in the face for hitting me. Guys, I'm not promoting fighting. I want to make sure I clarify some of these issues, right? So, long story short, one of the guys that was with the ladies, he was an off-duty police officer. And what his thing to do when Jason was like, yo, did you really just grab me? I should slap you. Homie pulled his gat out. And he's off duty, and he wasn't even drunk. He pulled his gun out, and I'm like, I will shoot you. Right? Now I'm going to say this, guys. Based on liquor in our system, we did not turn down from the situation. we did escalate it, but God persists. No one got shot. we walked away unscathed, and I would have to thank the same lady that Jason was hollering at. She's the one who was like, don't shoot him. You can basically see that the young man is drunk, and in the moment we've been drunk, we're like, yeah, and he's drunk, and we're trying to hook him up with a pretty girl. So she kind of was, sitting on a high horse in that moment. Yeah. So she de-escalated the situation the best she could have. But if she wasn't there to de-escalate the situation, and based on the alcohol that was in our system, it was not going to go good.
Yeah, he could have shot y'all and be like, oh, this is a story.
Yeah, this is a story. And then just to give you a nice rhetoric to the story, Jason ended up fracturing his wrist because right after that happened, he decided to punch a bus. So instead of him being shot, he fractured his wrist.
Ended up in the hospital.
It would have been in the hospital. Yeah. But I want to utilize the factor of the fact that the off-duty officer, he flashes firing arm, basically saying that, if we keep disrespecting him the way he feel like he's been disrespected, we're gonna feel some of these bullets.
He's utilizing what he feels
excessive force
he has, and that's the main problem here. Yeah. Officers feeling that they have that authority to shoot you. You know what I mean?
Yes, they do.
That's the ongoing theme within this, and apparently she did get found guilty for murder because in the trial she did say that her intentions when she pulled the gun out was to kill him. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like it's an accident, she freaked out, she got scared. No. Her intention was that she thought the man was in her apartment and she pulled her gun out to kill him. That's according to her testimony.
Yeah.
That's a strong testimony.
She didn't say, I'm sorry to the family. She didn't say, I'm sorry for killing him. No. I thought I was in my apartment. He was there. I pulled my gun out and I killed him.
That's so sad.
You know what I'm saying?
That is sad.
So they gave her the guilty for murder, not manslaughter, murder.
Yeah, we're down to 10
years. That's a bigger charge.
10 years.
So yes, let's get to the sentencing because even just watch. And the crazy thing is like, it pulled me in so much, like even more than the Trayvon Martin situation. It really pulled me in because like in that man, I saw me, I saw y'all, I saw like this is what a black man is supposed to be doing in America. The man worked at like the number 2 accounting firm in the world, taking care of his family, not even his family, his brothers, sisters, like an inspiration to them, helping them out whenever he could. Traveling, you know what I'm saying? Like his sister closed on her house. He came up to New York, bought her a TV on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that we like inspires us. This man was doing it. He was in his church. Yeah, he was in his apartment listening to some Drake sometimes, but at times he'll be bumping gospel music to where his neighbors could hear it. You know what I mean? Like this is the type of person that is like a model citizen, yo. And to see like that little thing just destroy his life it pulled me in too much. It was heavy on me. So then it's like sentencing came along. I'm watching it. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this? Like, what are they gonna do? Because in the state of Texas, apparently, the defendant gets to choose if they want the jury, or the judge to do the sentencing. I've never heard of that.
Oh, that's smart.
You know what I'm saying? Smart. So,
Brad,
she chose the jury.
Did she?
And then the range was crazy. Like I don't understand this at all.
It's 5 to 99.
They get a range from 5 to 99 years.
Yeah,
that's a huge difference.
I gave her a 10.
Me just growing up, just watching TV and stuff, because I don't know about prison. So you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I thought you get a murder charge. I thought it was 20 to life. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Easy, yeah.
That's right now.
You serving 20 to life.
25 to life. That's it. What is it?
I ain't trying to be around no murderers, none of that, because it's 20 to life. That's what I always heard. And then the least I've ever heard for a murder was like 15 years on some accident type stuff.
Yeah.
So they're saying from 5 years to 99. So I'm guessing, okay, well, she's gonna probably get like 20 something years, maybe.
Probably.
And then they were saying like, well, regardless of what she gets, she has to serve mandatory half of it, and then she's eligible
for parole,
for probation or parole, whatever you call it.
And so guys, I'm not sure if you guys understand this. From what I came to understand, I'm not sure if the policy has changed. Prison that normally goes by a day and night system. So it's like when you're technically locked up, you're locked up each day is like 2 days instead of one. If I'm politically correct.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's how it used to be in Jamaica. And when I first came here, I heard the same standards.
So maybe that's why they do the half.
They do that, yes.
Dang.
So I mean, and guys, look, I have nothing to do with criminal justice. So if the law's been changed, please, I'm gonna say this: go drop a comment and straighten me out, just so I can. If you know, we need to know. Because
I've just been into this, and I've been listening to a lot of analysis on it, so I've been sharing what I've heard.
But I'm gonna say this: this is the sad part. 10 years for a murder charge is not enough. All right, and I guess I'm gonna be a little bit petty because I don't remember what the guy name is who shot the police dog and got 50 years. So I want to say this: the dog life is worth.
Shot police dog
and got 50 years.
Yep, in Ohio, I think.
Yeah, 50. That was it.
Yeah, and
she got 10 for murdering somebody in their own house. So this is my question, and we've heard the song "What's Beef." We've heard what's free. Yeah. My thing is what's safety? Your safety, your home is your safe zone. The place that you're supposed to be able to walk around in your boxers. The place, I want you to understand, when I heard that he got killed eating ice cream, it hurt my heart. Because I'm lactose intolerant and I love me some ice cream. Mm. So that technically has been me a lot when I lived in the apartments, in my boxers, eating my ice cream, rum and raisin. Shout out to the rum and raisin. I got to make sure that one get out there. Mm-hmm. Chilling on my couch, right? Yeah. But just for you to understand that just by being in your four walls, you're not safe is a lot. And it's not even like it's somebody who's trying to take something away from you that doesn't belong to them. Because when someone takes your life, they take something that doesn't belong. But the people who has been put into place to protect and serve is consistently, and I would say this within the last 2 years, because at one point, guys, we were on the podcast basically saying it feels like we go through this like every other week.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, and it's like when an officer goes, "Why you look so nervous?" when you pull them over, and it's like, bro, I see y'all shot people just for putting your hands up. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you come to my car, I'm afraid. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be looking at the police like, yo, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I know Mike Brown, right? So please don't kill me. And that it's so sad that because the shade of your skin changes from what they dictate is supposed to be superior, makes you inferior, right? We're all human beings, guys, and that is the most profound thing. But the thing that hurts the most is that you cannot have power. And to say it like this, with great power comes great responsibility. If you're not ready for the responsibility, bro, step away from the power. It's period.
Yeah, and it's not even responsibility, because a lot of times you hear these stories and it's like the first thing the officer says is that they felt threatened. They felt scared for their life.
Trigger word.
So if you're really a person of power, how are you feeling scared for your life? That those two how do those coexist? How?
Because you're human.
If you feel that you have power, how can you be scared for your life? Maybe it's because you really don't have power and you're using that gun as your security blanket.
Yeah,
that's why you feel like you need to use it all the time, because you really have no power in your voice, in who you are as a person. So you feel like, if I don't have the power, this gun's gonna have the power, and there it goes. You know what I mean? It's like an abusive relationship type of experience. Like, you feel that you have to be abusive to have power in a relationship. It's not a good relationship.
It's not.
In the same way you feel like you have to exert power as what do they call police officers? An officer of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Their law.
You're supposed to use the law.
Yeah.
It's the law that you don't do this, that, and third. Here are the consequences. It's that simple. Like, that's really what policing is about.
Yeah, yeah.
You're an officer of the law. That means you know the law. You know the law. You're enforcing the law.
Yes.
It should really just be a discussion. Instead, you feel like, okay, they don't want us to meet. Let me get the gun out.
I mean, Don, you see, we're talking about an officer of the law. We keep consistently, I would still ask ourselves, what's wrong with the criminal justice system? What's wrong with the system? Period. I'm gonna roll back the layers of the onion. This is about a year and a half ago, when a lot of these police brutalities and murders started popping up. There was a documentary where this guy, he was trying to see what officers are being trained to do, based on their situation.
Yeah.
And one thing that he worried, he didn't understand when he first started the training, and everybody is dressed up. And I'm dressed up as a bad guy, so I'm gonna try to attack you.
Okay.
And he would use his fake gun, and he go, "Don't move." And the guy was like, "So you're not gonna shoot him?" And he's like, "No." He's like, he has a knife. He's coming at you. He's like, "Why am I gonna shoot him?" He's like, "Because if you don't shoot him, he's gonna come kill you, right?"
Yeah.
So after he played a couple scenarios where every time he saw someone, he's like, "Oh, that person's safe. I don't have to kill him." He's like, "No, that person can kill you too." Then he got to the final part of his trial of him going to the demonstration of what it takes to be a police officer in the fight or flight mode, and it basically comes down to everyone you technically see is going to it's a threat. Yeah. So regardless if he has a knife or a baseball bat or a gun, you're going to get the same treatment. And he was like, he just didn't understand why it was preached like that.
Yeah, because that's not the problem, right? That's like that makes no sense. It makes no sense in reality. Like, you're an officer, and you feel that everyone you interact with is a threat to you.
Yes. Your first initial reaction is just
look up his job description, okay?
Yeah.
That's what you need to be doing. Look at your job description. It's not about you coming out and just protecting yourself at all costs. Like, no, that's like something. That's like a mentality you come at when you're going to war.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, it's them and they're coming to kill me, so I gotta kill them first. That's a war type mentality.
Yeah.
Which is understandable in times of war. But you're a police officer.
And your constituency is that you take care of the people. You're not going to war with another country. Now, I'm gonna say this. I mean, and I've said this before, and I'm very strong on it. I personally feel, and I'm using my personal feelings, don't judge me, that the criminal system should just get broken down. And I'm going to say this. I know people may disagree, but I do personally think the criminal justice system should be broken down to its beginning layer and start back from scratch. You can't peel back a couple layers of the onions and hope that it will change the flavor. If you want a whole other flavor, start from the seed. Yeah. Start from where the process first got planted. Until then, I feel like we're going to be stuck because, for one, we still live in a system where racism is still being shouted out. Now, I would say we have.
Let me get you right there.
Go on, Avil.
So, it's already been investigated as far as police forces in the United States.
Yeah.
The FBI has come out with a report saying that white supremacists have infiltrated police forces. Yeah. This is an FBI report. They did the investigation and everything. They know that white supremacists are in the police organizations. So continue with your thought. I just want to put that out there.
No, because I'm gonna get a little bit more.
Yeah.
When we look at it, we see police and everybody think police is racist. Now, I want you to understand, when we see a cop nowadays, we're at a point in our society where the skin color of the police officer really does not make a difference anymore. It doesn't matter.
It's blue now.
It's blue now because I was seeing this, Trev.
It's like a gang.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Gang.
It's that blue. They call it the blue wall of silence. It's like, whatever. If somebody does something that's jacked up, I'm gonna stand by them regardless.
Well,
so that's why the skin color doesn't matter, because you got that black cop that's gonna know that this other cop is racist, and still stand beside him like, yo, that's that's one of my brothers.
Well, I mean, if you say it's like a gang, I guess it's blood in, blood out, right? So regardless of what your participant in your your gang does,
yeah,
you're still gonna stand behind him, regardless if it's robbery or murder. You're hold him down,
in it and you're in it. That's it.
And now you said a lot about that blue gang thing. That is very profound. I'm not to mix up with the Crips, but it is very, very, very profound to think about what it is. I say LA saw a lot of this police gang violence.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm not saying New York didn't see it. I think Miami kind of did the drug gang, but LA kind of felt the gang part of what police officer would do based on what set they think you're from or what you're going.
Oh, you talking about the police gangs, or you talking about gang gangs?
No, I'm talking about police gangs.
Yeah, because remember the whole Rodney King thing that happened.
Yeah,
that was we saw a lot.
That's facts right there.
Faces, you know what I'm saying, how they behave.
And I'm not to go back to Tupac's and Biggie's situation. They would say that they had mad police officers, right?
Yeah,
who was off duty. That was repping Peru,
right?
Wow. Like consistently, and I'm not taking this from anybody. These are documentaries that they consistently show people's names, what they've done, even to the fact that they had a gang with one of the cops who technically said that they think killed Tupac. Yeah, that he had a police gang that they ended up robbing a bank, and then the other guy,
I heard about that.
You know, and it was just so profound to be like, I didn't even know you guys were really thinking like that. So when you guys are thinking about protecting and serving people, you're actually out there plotting, right? Yeah. To demise people's race, and it's not even.
Let's go back to recently.
Go on.
The whole Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm gonna touch on it. Right?
All right.
That whole investigation, right? They exposed that one of the big drug supplier to that gang in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
His girlfriend was an NYPD sergeant, either sergeant or some high-ranking officer.
Mm.
And she was transporting the drugs for him. From borough to borough.
Get that work done. You know what it is, Trevor? I feel like these police officers have been watching Power. I feel like 50 been doing it. 50, I think you're giving people this wrong inspiration.
That's a good laugh. That's a good laugh.
For real. They've been watching Power or something. They ain't watching Empire, but they're definitely watching Power. I'm just telling you, but it is, guys, and I know Donkey, you're right, we did dig a little bit deep on this one.
But now, we missed past
one.
We got this more.
Open it up.
The sentencing occurs. The brother gets on the stand. I didn't watch this live because after the whole sentencing
I didn't want to see anything else.
I was done.
Yeah.
I told y'all, I was mentally, emotionally attached to this thing. And when they said 10 years, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cut it off. I didn't want to hear no more because that's disgusting to me. So then I heard later on that his younger brother got on the stand and was ready to hug her. And was begging to hug this lady.
That was out of Lee Carnarfius one time.
But I did hear it. So I will run this past y'all because maybe y'all might have something else. I only heard this from one news source.
Right.
One news source. And it wasn't even the news anchors said it. It was the guy they were interviewing said it. And he was a professor at university. And he's talking about how he was talking to his class about the whole brother hugging the victim type stuff. And one Nigerian girl came up and she was like, y'all see what's going on? He's trying to put a curse on her. And I was like, what?
Curse?
So apparently in Nigeria, to put Obi on somebody, you got to get close to them. So when she saw that, she immediately thought, oh, he's putting some type of, Obi upon her.
I'm like, yes. And I don't.
It was the type.
At that point, I was like,
that is scary. I'm scared whoever wants to hug me now.
Talking about we stop giving out hugs?
What?
I don't know what you doing over there.
Let me get a piece of your hair.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep anybody that looked at me asking for a piece of my hair is gonna get all in the car. What? You're trying to kill her. Chicken. Just to make sure. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. That is so profound.
Yeah, that was the one thing I heard. I was like, what? I was like, yo, who is that Nigerian girl? I need to know who she is so I can stay far away from her.
Oh Lord.
But, so that happened. So what y'all think about that, man? The whole,
David,
Well,
I mean, the Obia thing is a whole other conversation. Based on my spirituality and what I believe,
that's what I was going to lead towards too. It's more of the forgiving
yes,
of the person, because it's not. And as my fiance was saying, the forgiveness wasn't really for her; it was for him.
yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Which I can hold that.
Because you gotta let it go.
Yeah, it's because you'd be bitter about this person for the rest of your life, or listen, she's in God's hands. Let God handle the situation. But also, after you just put that opiate thing in my head, it's I don't know, maybe it was a little bit quick, because the case happened. What is it? Maybe like 3 years ago.
No, last year.
He died last year.
Oh, this was a quick case then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
They
what?
wanted
It
to
was
take the trial
exactly a
quickly.
year after. He
Oh,
passed.
that's a sign. They wanted a fast
They wanted
trial.
a fast trial. Actually, not the family, the police.
That's what I'm saying.
Police department.
Yeah.
Because and now to hear what Donville just brought up, it only brings to me why they wanted the trial fast. Because look, the faster they have the trial, is the less information is going to get leaked, right? So they want to speed it up as possible so they can control the narrative. Like now, we're controlling the narrative because now we know where the story actually went. We know her characteristic. We know what was driving her. So in the sense that basically, if she would have came home and she would have saw any black man, period, in her apartment, regardless if she walked into an apartment and see a black man, there's a 90% chance he was going to die because she exuberated that. Then and there, for the one that she didn't even assess the situation, right? And
I like that you brought that out. She exuberated that.
yeah,
And that's why it's important in this age to watch the photos that we like, watch the things that we laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all. Like honestly, you bring all that to your life. You know what I'm saying? If you watching, I'm just gonna say, if you watching Love and Hip Hop,
that's right.
marathons.
Yeah, you're gonna.
I doubt you're gonna have a very productive week.
You know
I'm just saying, you're gonna attract the ratchet into your life.
That's right.
So if if you're constantly looking at these, you might be like, hey, I'm not a racist, but I'm liking these racists. Be like, haha, that's a funny meme.
Yes. Yeah.
Or I'm texting back and forth like, yeah, I shoot first, ask questions last.
Yeah.
You're attracting that energy to your life.
Right.
And I do agree with what you said, Cian. That is the type of energy she was on.
Yeah. I mean, Downville, it said a lot. And I'm gonna say this. Deep down, as you said, I was holding to a higher standard. Yeah. I was hoping they would have came out with she had a rough day at work. Someone made her upset and triggered this. Oh, you know what I mean? She left work and she went somewhere and she drank something. Like I was looking for the excuse. Yeah. She didn't have any. There's nothing that she could have said right then and there that could have fixed her situation about killing the man. And I'm gonna say for the fact that it took for you to be in the apartment, because this would have been my next question. And this is me asking as a judge and as a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Was he aggressive towards you? Did he try to grab you? Right? Like you're gonna have to give me something to say that he touched you. And then by an officer of the law, right? Matter of fact, she's an officer of the law off duty. So with the fact that she's off duty, she wasn't even allowed to discharge her firearm.
Mind you, she was in her uniform still.
Yeah, but she was still that's a tough one.
So think about it visually from his perspective.
He knows.
If you see an officer bust up in your house, would you go try to
no,
put hands on them?
I would have been there with my ice cream in my hand, my rum and raisin.
Mind you, like I said, this is an upstanding young man.
Yeah.
Corporate. Well educated. He's a clean dude. You ain't going. I mean, you gonna argue with the officer like, yo, you in the wrong house.
Yeah,
like this ain't your house. What are you doing? Like, nah.
You see that picture in the wall?
I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I'm not gonna run up on the officer and put my hands on them. No.
You didn't even get a chance to say, "What? Yo, this is my boom boom."
So true. I'm gonna say this. You know what she did when she killed him?
Mm-hmm.
She took his story away.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because why? Because between him and her, we really don't know what's said inside of the apartment. now. A lot of people don't believe me when I say this. As Rachel says this sounds, I just feel like she didn't like the man, dog. I feel like, and I mean, this is me just jumping to the deep end of the pool. I feel like she saw homie, she was feeling him, right, and try to run up in his apartment. And this is just me making light of the situation now, Bill. but like, I want you to understand, for the fact that I cannot find any reason why she killed him. Yeah, and this is and that is the reason, because there was no witnesses that was close enough to understand. Is not known what's said, because first and foremost, if I run up in my house and I start telling you that's my house, there's going to be a conversation. So all it probably took, and this is the reason why I said her energy was given this Donville. Yeah. All it took for him to say, and I'm gonna say this, crackers, right? You get what I'm saying? You know, he probably called her a derogatory name that triggered her, because it probably, and I'm not Donville as upstanding as he is. When somebody breaks into your house, there's only so many ways you're going to respond. Now, the first respond, as upstanding as you're going to be, bro, what the heck you doing here? Yeah. Right? Now, we can say he's black. Yo, what is, you know what I mean? It depends on your culture, right?
WTF.
Yeah, Trev.
There you go.
Sure, there you go. I'm trying to find a best.
I know, because you was like dancing around it. It was like WTF.
You know, that's that crackers. I'm like,
what? I want to.
I wasn't gonna shorten that word. I just trying to scream it out the best way I could.
I got what you're saying, man.
You know, but I'm gonna say this with Donville. Is it because we talk about her energy? Yeah. It's let me know something else was said. Because if you open the door and he's in the couch, that means she technically should be at the front door of the apartment, right? If she opened the door and steps inside of it, right? Yeah. She had enough time to assess the situation. Because I know when she put her hand on her gun. Now, if she shot him in less than 30 seconds, Donville, I want you to understand. There's only so much I can tell you or do to you in 30 seconds for me to kill you. She didn't have no scratch on her. I want to make sure of that, because I knew for a fact there's no marks. And when the conversation go, was she attacked? She didn't say she was attacked. Nah. So what was the rhetoric that made you shoot him? What did he say to you? What?
According to her testimony. That's why I like to go back to the trial, because she got a chance to speak. She thought she was in her apartment. When she pulled up her gun to shoot him, her intention was to kill him.
No, sir.
That's her testimony. That's her testimony, Cian.
Yeah. And I know why she get a testimony, because she can fix all holes in it.
And even with that testimony,
no, but
she's going crazy in these streets.
No, I mean, but Donville, I'm gonna say this. You know, like wordplay is so big. Yeah, it's not what you say, but how you say it, right? Sometimes it's easier to address your wrongdoings, especially when you come in the eyes of the court. Yeah. And what you're pleading on by giving them that is leniency. So instead of her, and I'm getting it. Instead of her fighting the case, she just laid down on it, right? She's like, "Look, guys, I did wrong. I am sorry."
She didn't say I'm sorry.
I mean, she didn't say I'm sorry. She's like, "I did wrong."
Said, I'm sorry.
Now that is profound. So you make sure that she never said I'm sorry.
Bruh, she never said I'm sorry. It was her childhood friend, quote unquote, that testified after she was found guilty, pleading for, like, you know, a lot of sentences they have character witnesses called right? That said she's sorry to the family. Not that she's sorry, but her friend was sorry
to the family.
That the family was going through all this. That's the only time I heard I'm sorry in the whole trial.
You know, the sad thing is she's gonna go to jail and be protected.
Of course she is.
A cop is being protected in jail?
Sure. So there's more, Cian. Yeah. So after the brother gives a hug, the judge, and I'm just gonna say it, then we'll dissect that part. The judge gets off of her
stand,
comes in front of the stand, gives her personal Bible, gives her verses to read, John 3:16, and gives her a hug.
What? So she was good then?
Totally.
She was
Cian, this, what I just explained, is completely out of line.
It's orchestrated.
When it comes to a courtroom is formed the way it is for a reason. Mm-hmm. The judge is placed at a certain place for, like, everything in the courtroom has to be in a certain order.
Mm-hmm.
I looked into this stuff. I watched videos on this stuff. And I was like, wow, this is like everything in court is in a certain order for a reason.
Order in the court.
Everything. And the judge is the say all be all. Like when the judge says something, it's recorded. It is it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for the judge to get off of the stand
and hug her and give her a Bible,
for the judge to get off of the stand, period, is out of order. Question,
because I didn't see the end part. Was that before or after sentencing?
I was after sentencing.
So they gave her a sentence, and then the judge came and saw her.
Yeah. This is after the brother gives her a hug, all that stuff.
Okay.
Anytime the judge gets out of that stand, they should be going behind into their office.
Gone home.
Behind the back.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This judge got off the stand and came in front of her stand and gave her a hug and all this stuff. That judge, now she has, people have filed complaints against her now. Because of this.
Yeah.
Because it is out of order. Like,
you're
not supposed to do that at all as a judge. You know, so that in itself is just like, wow, that's just a slap, kind of a slap in the face to the,
it's a slap in
the
the face
whole thing. And then on top of that, it's like, to cover it up in Christianity, like, nah, you can't do that. Like, get out of here with that. Like, you do that, go visit her in the jail. Go write her a letter. Like, be a Christian at that point, not in the courtroom where, like,
well, I mean,
it was just a slap in the
it is a slap in the. It was a slap to the family. I mean, we can. I guess we can take a lot away from what the judge did. I would say this, based on what you're saying in the matter.
Yeah.
That what she did, not saying what she did was wrong, because I'm all for the hug and I'm all for the scriptures being given, right? But I would say you're right in the sense that I didn't think in front of the family, right?
Yeah.
It was right at the moment.
In front of the world.
In front of the world. No, I mean, that's in the world. Video. I know that, that's in the world.
That's what I'm saying. It's in front of the world because the world was watching this trial. You could look up the views that this trial has been getting because it's been broadcasted online, live, to millions of people. So it is the world.
It is the world. I mean, I think, and then when you say it like that, Donville, I think the main rhetoric I get from it is that as long as you're an officer of the law, you can get away with whatever you do. Because I'm gonna say this: 10 years, 5 years probation, 5 years parole is nothing. Remy Ma beat up one of her assistants. And then
she did 7, right?
Yeah, she did 7.
6 year probation.
Yeah. She did 7 winners and 6 summers. I want to make sure I got that right.
Something like that. Yeah.
She did 7 wins and 6 summers just to beat up the assistant. So you trying to, and that's I think that's where it gets to me, because I know there's no judge period out there who's hugging up murderers. Like you kill somebody, you get a hug.
But here's the thing, Sam. We've seen those videos on Facebook with the cool judge. He's from somewhere in the Northeast, right? And he's like a, what do you call it? Not like a big, I forgot the word for it, but it's basically like when you do like traffic crimes. He's that type of judge.
I think I've seen the videos. And
he's always mad lenient people. He does not get out and stand up people. No. He grants mercy because that's his authority. He has the authority to do that. He has the authority to say, hey, the fine that you could be getting is $500, but because I know you're going through a situation, I'm taking care of it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get out from behind that stand and touch anybody because that's out of order. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not even the fact like, oh, you're emotional or... Because I've seen that guy behind the stand show empathy and show emotion to the people that come before him. But as a judge, you gotta like come on.
Well, and so I get what you're saying now. Then, so in a sense, that would have been a small step down. I look at a small administrative leaf to go reevaluate yourself.
Yeah, some kind of reevaluation. And here's the other thing too. So if you look, because you know I'm a data guy. I like to look at the stats.
Right.
And as soon as we hear Texas, we already know what it's about.
Yeah.
We've heard the stories about Texas and prisons. They have tons of prisons.
What do you mean? They have more than anything else over there.
Tons of prisons. I think more than any other state.
Mm-hmm.
Prisons.
It's a business out there. Private prisons too.
Huge business. But it's crazy that most of these prisons are for men.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pull it up, but I don't got time to. I definitely know the number is under 10. There's under 10 female prisons in the state of Texas.
Right.
The rest are all men. Is that right or wrong? I don't know.
No, it's right.
But I'm saying that because in this case, there is a bias because of her gender. I'm gonna put that out there.
No,
There is.
It is.
Because we've seen, according to the data, Texas isn't about locking up women.
No, not when you kill somebody and get 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't. Not to take away from. I mean, if they'd have gave her the 25 to life and just started at 25, I would understand because that's what the policy has been doing.
And the prosecutor was saying that hey, she should get minimum 28 years because the man was 28 years old.
Yeah,
like give him at least 1 year for
each life.
For each year of his man's life. But. I just want to say, man, rest in peace, both of them, John, man, because
rest in peace.
And is it his brother too, or who just passed away too?
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a second. I just want to say rest in peace to him. His story was definitely inspiring. I'm sure it's going to inspire a lot of other people to see the type of life this man lived. Even when the media, police tried to drag him down, tried to throw dirt on him, what came to light was a very upstanding young man that was black in America,
trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So moving on, though, Trevor, you want to touch on it. So during the trial, there was another young man, Joshua Brown, and the crazy part is I watched his testimony because I told you I was looking a lot into this trial.
Yeah.
I watched his testimony because it was very moving to me. Because he was the neighbor that lived across the hall from Botham John. And it was crazy because that day Botham John died was the first time he actually met Botham John. Kind of gave him like a what up. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking about how he was in his apartment and he heard the gunshots, all these things, right? And then my homeboy broke down, like started crying because he's like, yo, I just saw this guy. And then it's like, oh, it's that. Like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, and he's a young black brother, and his name's Joshua Brown. And apparently, he got killed. He was killed. Like last Friday.
For what?
Randomly. Okay? So he's killed in the parking lot. It's like a silver car. Shot him like twice. Like one in his mouth, one in his chest or something like that. And he was pronounced dead at the hospital. So a couple days go by, and I think it was Tuesday, so yesterday. It was yesterday? Yesterday or Monday? A couple days ago, basically. The Dallas police, says, oh, it was a drug deal gone wrong, and we have these suspects, and we've apprehended them. I want to be careful what I'm saying.
Right.
This young man, Joshua Brown, was a business owner, owned a roofing company, went to college, got his degree from University of North Florida, originally from Jacksonville, went to Texas and started his own roofing company. And is a key witness. According to the prosecution, he was a key witness in this trial. And now the Dallas police wants to tell me that there's a drug deal going wrong.
When they got footage of how the man got shot, perception is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot because that's all they do. They're giving us an image and a light to look at him. And so now when you see him and he's dead, it's like, oh, it's another drugged up black man that's got killed. That's really what it is.
It's crazy.
Man.
You see, guys, when we're talking about like every time you turn around, it keeps going there. Even if we don't try to take it there, we always end up there. I mean, it's like you can't hide from it. Like not at all. And not even saying, because even regardless if it's a police or it's a drug kill, like we need to stop killing each other. Like I think we need to get back to the days where some of us could fist fight. I think if we can it's better for us to keep a black eye, right, or a busted nose or a split lip than to lose a life. Because everything else comes with a recovery process. You ain't coming back from. Matter of fact, Jesus did it, but the average person ain't coming back from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can recover from everything else. So it's like when things in the rhetoric and things, I'm strongly saying I'm not trying to take away nobody's guns, right? But I do think that police need to go through a small period where they got to earn the right to carry that firearm. You know, it just don't get it after you complete training class.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple policies that has to get taken care of. And I'm not saying homie was not doing a drug deal.
But another thing I want to put out there: this man got death threats.
Oh yeah,
death threats.
Yeah,
because everybody knew he was going to be a key witness in his trial.
And being out here,
and then there was another girl that she didn't testify in trial. I don't know why not, but she was actually, you know, the video came out where we saw Amber Geiger walking back and forth outside the apartment. That was the girl was a young black lady that shot that video. Mm-hmm. And she was getting death threats.
Texas.
Come on, man.
Texas.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Go on.
No, I said it. I said it. Y'all put 2 and 2 together, man. Y'all put 2
all
and 2
these
together.
additions. I mean, you don't even got to add it.
Like y'all we seen what's that movie When They See Us. Dude, didn't we all see that earlier this year?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
How the police was like, yo, we know where you work at.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Know what you do. We know your history.
To the father.
Yeah. So you can get what
come
you
on,
want.
Man.
And I say this. I think that is something sad. The word by any means necessary is a very distinctive thing, because that's what it is. By any means necessary. You know, she shot the man by any means necessary. Somebody got killed because they want to stop an information from coming out by any means necessary. I mean, and I'm not saying this. I'm not trying to take anybody's guns away. But we need to reevaluate this process. We need to in so much ways. You know? But that's another thing. I think that in time, certain of these processes is gonna I say revisit itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I do strongly think, and I'm begging any chiefs out there who's hear what I'm saying, right? We need to come with a part where police officers are not going home with their guns, and we need to have a process of elimination of things that they go through before they decide to fire it. I would say this, guys, and I'm gonna use some trading terminologies. Whenever I'm trading, I use a couple different indicators, right? I just don't jump into the market and be like, okay, market is moving this way, jump.
Yeah.
You know, I got things that I got process of elimination, which I'm thinking the police officer should have. Like, for example, when I'm detaining you right before I arrest you, I got to read you your Miranda rights. You got a right to remain silent. Those are process of eliminations you have to go through before you start doing stuff. Before you even discharge your weapon, you're supposed to tell the person to freeze, hands in the air. If they don't put their hands in the air, they start walking to you. There should be a process.
Yeah.
And it just has shown that the process is being so far gone lately. I feel like I'm talking about Drake's album, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called, right? So far,
yeah, first mixtape.
First mixtape. You feel me? But it feels that way. And I would say this: what social media has been doing, in the sense, because I'm gonna tell you this: if this would have happened 10 years ago, Amber would have been walking free. She'd have been on administrative leave. She would have. I would say this: social media has given us a whole nother outlook on what really goes on, and I would say that's what the government don't like. That's what the police don't like, because now their stuff is being shown. At one point, police used to pull you over and be like, "Yo, I'll smack you in the face if you," right?
Yeah.
Now the instant you can be like, "Oh, I got a camera recording," it's a whole other conversation. But I'm gonna say this for anybody who ever tell a police officer you have a camera, if you're completely innocent, don't ever use that word. Don't ever use that word. Make sure you're completely innocent in your situation. I mean, that's a friendly advice, because they're gonna go at you when you tell them you got a camera on them. I've watched enough scenarios of this now, because I mean, Don, Trevor, your son is in your future, or your daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this: I have to talk to my son, because I mean, yes, Noah's a young boy, right?
Yeah.
But these are things I have to prepare him for. You know, and not saying anything. I would tell you this, guys, and judge me. My son will be telling you he's scared of the police officer. Why is he scared? Because every time a black man sees a police officer, their first intention is that they're dying. My son is 6 years old, and that's a rhetoric I have to give him. Now the conversation is,
at the same time, that's you can't be living in fear.
No, David, that is true.
Yeah.
And it's not to live in fear, but it's just
that's
facts.
like we said, like that brings forth a certain type of energy too.
Yeah.
Because when you're scared, just like on the flip side, when the officer's scared, he does some crazy stuff.
That's true.
When you're scared, you can do some irrational things as well.
Well, I don't
so we gotta be careful.
Be careful
to
how
operate in fear.
In fear or giving the wrong.
We can operate in understanding that a racist that officer might be racist, and that officer might see me as a threat. Therefore, that officer might shoot me.
Yeah.
And that understanding is different from having a fear of the officer shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And,
you gotta be careful with that.
And I want to give a shout out to my kids' school. Their police officer there is very involved. As much as I am not too fond of seeing officers being around black people, he has a wonderful relationship with my kids. I can't talk about anybody else's kids, but he does. But then again, a school police officer is kind of different to what you technically see in the real world. So those are the things. But Don, you're right. It's not just to operate in fear. And guys, please take a note on that. Write it down, put it in your pipe, or smoke it. Don't operate in fear. Operate in wisdom, because in everything else, we got to make sure we use that one.
It's true, man.
No, that's crazy. Now I ain't gonna lie. I think I had other stuff my mind was drenched on, but I feel like based on what we talked about today was more than enough. All right, let me give a little small shout outs before we start jumping a little bit the whole other way. I want to give a shout out to every athlete from every country who participated in the World Championship, regardless if they come first, regardless if they come last. I've been in athletics myself over the years, and I know what it takes to train for a season. So I would like to say that, don't ever think your hard work is not being recognized. You know, hopefully there's someone in your family or your country who's letting you know that, we appreciate what you did, regardless if you come first or last, because a lot of people still can make that there. I want to make sure I shout it out. I want to give DJ Khaled a shout out. Album just went #1.
Khaled?
Yeah, Khaled, Son of Father Facade, which just went #1. So I give a shout out.
Yeah, but he kind of blocked himself. He blocked himself.
He was like, Get Out. Remember that whole?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good album.
Yeah. Holding Mountain actually is like not saying we don't really bump it here, but
Bojo,
the Holy Mountain, him and
Sizzla Kalonji
got a lot of big play. I'm just running through the information. Something that I saw. This is personal for me, guys. There may be a Girlfriend's revamped.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
I would watch that. Yo.
They gotta revamp it all the way though, because the last couple seasons was trash.
Well, they came on the Breakfast Club, talk to Charlamagne for a little bit, but I don't want to get too knee deep in that. Everybody, if you want to get a little more information.
Oh, like the same cast?
The whole cast, except William. William's transformation. Well, William's transformation in life kind of.
Well, what do you mean transformation?
No, all right, not to hurt anybody's feelings, right? So William, don't judge me. The female cast of Girlfriends still look like the female cast of Girlfriends.
Oh, you mean okay?
Yeah, but William doesn't really look like William anymore. So if William is ready to work on
William turned into Wendy Williams, yo?
No, I'm not saying that.
He just didn't keep up the same image.
Keep up the same image.
Like he got fat or something. I don't know.
When you said transition,
I don't
thought you was talking about that Malik Yoba.
And I'm gonna say this. I mean, I've heard of different things about William based on what people think happened to him in Hollywood. But I would say this.
I never seen him in anything else, actually.
I mean, I've seen him not acting wise. I just see him like behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like,
maybe that's it. Maybe he prefers behind the camera.
And sure, you know better than anybody else how important it is to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, it definitely drains your body even more. Well, yeah, of course.
He brought a little balance to it. Well, not balance, but I mean, he brought a male's perspective into it. I think when they do the reboot, they should at least have one guy on there to kind of balance it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think
it's gotta be a cool brother though. It can't be no weirdo.
But it can't be too cool either. Because like I forgot his name. What was his name again? From Girlfriends.
Oh, William?
Will. Yeah.
We don't know his real name. So
but his character was a little bit off. A little bit. So it would kind of make it like, all right, you could give it both sides. But, he was all right. Yeah.
Because William, I think, dabbled in two or three of the girlfriends.
Yeah, he did date them.
So I got to give Ron a shout out for that. If he survived that wave. I'm gonna tell you what I did like about William being in Girlfriends is the fact that he was a black executive.
Oh,
yes.
Oh yeah.
I think him and Joan were lawyers, if I remember correctly. And so I would like to say this: I like seeing young black people being painted in positive light because I feel like a lot of people didn't understand the benefit of the Cosbys. The Cosbys could have went to the same old route. Back in the day, struggling black family, trying to be funny, right?
Hope, man.
No, exactly, because Mrs. Huxtable was a lawyer. Dr. Huxtable, Bill Cosby was a doctor. I mean, their kids were actually very prominent kids who went to a very good school. HBCU.
Well, you could tell I didn't go. So I kind of wanted to, actually.
I ain't gonna lie, Trev.
You want to visit, you don't want to go to HBCU.
What?
Very, very underfunded.
What? I would say that needs to transform.
It's like the one that I know of is FAMU because I went up to town.
I would not go to
FAMU. I've been to FAMU a lot. Awesome school, awesome energy. Great alumni, but as far as the quality of the schools, it's a night and day difference between FSU and FAMU, which are like right next to each other.
I believe you.
Night and day difference. So when you see both of them next to each other, and you see how trash one is treated compared to the other, you're like,
that's black and white. Right, because all the white people went to Florida State.
Give me the FSU version.
All right, I'm gonna say this. For me,
I'm just saying.
I wanted to go to like the A&T's.
Shout out to Raptors.
There you go. I want to go to the A&T's.
I would want to go to like Hampton or Howard.
Hampton would be nice, but Trevor, I wanted to do step / band life / sororities. Like I felt, and I'm gonna say this, guys. Now, probably because I'm very black empowered. It's just that when I watch movies, documentaries about those schools, you get to see the richness of black people.
That's true.
I would say this based on being in Florida and traveling around. I've seen the strength of what white people and Hispanic people have to offer because you see what Hispanics are doing in Miami-Dade. They dominate that area, right? So I've seen what they've done in their community. I would like to have the opportunity to be around some black excellence.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like other than from my peers who God has brought me around for me to see excellence, that's the only way I get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd have been nice to see it in other ways. That's why whenever I see personally a young successful black man, it's very profound to me because it shows that in the smallest cracks in the wall, we're still sliding through. And so that's very profound, very, very profound. I want to give there was a lot of shout outs I want to make sure I get out of the way. Again, I Trevor, I know we did the Shaq Attack. You know, Shaq dropped a new diss track. And for Damian,
He did a sequel. Okay, well, I'll listen to that later.
Yeah.
Did somebody else write it this time? Because I'm hoping he got a ghostwriter because he ain't working out so well for him.
I thought it was funny, Trevor. Yeah, but Davil, it sounded like he could have used some writing capability in that one. But look, that's
I'm telling you, it's just hype up for the season. That's all it is.
Hey, but Trevor, I'm not gonna lie. I like it and I dislike it. I would say this: when I first thought it was personal, I disliked it. When I'm starting to realize that, look, nobody's really taking it personal. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's having fun,
right? It's like, yo, keep it going, bro. That's wild out. Let's see what next entertainer, or which NBA star or football player is gonna try to do it. I would like to say this. For anybody who out there who's a basketball fan, Trevor, this is for you. Listen to Kevin Durant's interview in Ebro in the morning. That's a very good one for you.
Durant.
Yes, he did a full interview. He talked about basketball a lot. I mean, why he didn't go to the Knicks, why he probably went to the...
I mean, that was more obvious. But I will check it out, but I think it was kind of obvious. It's bad managed. It's badly managed.
He said it there. He said a lot, Trev. He's like, in this generation, and guys, just saw the interview for a second so you go watch it. No one from this generation know the might of the Knicks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, all they've been seeing is the Knicks being trashed. So,
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just outside the profound. Yeah, Patrick Ewing. That's it. That's all I can remember. Is, oh yeah, Patrick Ewing. Yeah, but I don't know the power. What's the crazy one?
Well, there's a couple of them.
Marbury.
Stephon Marbury.
Marbury. Yeah, I remember that. But after that, what?
Glimmers of hope.
I just remember everyone show off when they go to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
But you know what? Past all that, let me give you what happened in Vegas.
Trevor, go on.
Trevor.
Well, obviously it didn't.
Nice.
All right, so me and my fiance went
First of all, I
to.
commend you on the Instagram stories. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Lots of great visuals. I like it.
Yeah. So me and my fiance went to Vegas on a quick trip that happened to run along our 1 year anniversary being together. Thank you.
Sure, I'm gonna need the applause right here.
Yeah, I'll remember to put it there somewhere. So first off, we didn't get married, so stop asking me. And whoever online, don't ask me.
Look, so for everybody else who sees me and keep asking me if Trevor got married in Vegas,
yeah.
See, he's answering for you that no.
He did not get married.
Please don't ask me. Matter of fact, if you ask me again, I'm gonna start charging fees for this answer. No.
Just play them this episode because they'll get their fulfillment.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play this episode.
Yeah. But okay, so what happened? All right, first things first. 2 a.m. we landed in Vegas. I'm trying to make this quick because I know we gotta go. But 2 a.m. landed in Vegas. Supposed to check into the hotel at 4 p.m. Right? So there's a long. Oh yeah, no, we ain't chilling. We getting in our rental car and we was going to the south entrance of Grand Canyon, which it is just over 4 hours drive away.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we're driving from 2 a.m.
Yo.
Right? We had to stop like twice because, yeah, it was sleep. Oh, we was getting sleepy.
We were determined to see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and we got on real. It was the best experience because I'm telling y'all, whoever has not seen the Grand Canyon with your own eyes, I promise you, cameras and pictures do not give it justice.
Because the pictures I saw, I was like, whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, once you, like me and Tati, about to put her name, well, whatever. Me and Tati was walking up.
Oh, shit.
We're walking up, talking, and said, yeah, blah. Then we went complete silent when you walk up because you hear nothing. You don't hear no birds chirping. You don't hear no cars, nothing. You don't hear people talking. All you hear is silence. Then your breath gets taken away once you look down. You see the ridges that was made, feels like thousands of years ago, right? And it was just beautiful out there. It's something where you're like, dang, God did this with just water. Just think about it. I mean, not a lot of people are spiritual out there, but God did crave all the ridges into the ground with water. Yeah. And to me, I was amazed. I would sit there like, yo, I mean, this is like the craziest thing I ever think. I want to know what was God's mind when he made this. You just showing off that day. Like, what was up? But also, walking a little bit down, because there's a built-in park trail onto the side of it, which is, I think they just celebrated their 70-year anniversary of that park.
Oh, awesome.
Or it might be lower. I can't remember. I asked Toddy. But so when we were walking, we noticed there was a peak that is well out there, that there's no guardrails, there's no nothing. Yeah. See this certain individual sitting out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sipping on coffee. Like, it's like, oh, this is nice.
Dang, that.
Yeah, it's just some nice.
Stop right there. Guess what? You stop.
Yo, he just sipping coffee. Then he just came. I think his coffee must have been done. So he just come up walking back, and we were like near the area where he's gonna climb up to be back to the park area. And some other lady was walking by, and she was like, "Isn't it beautiful?" And he just like, "It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. So it's cool." Yeah. So I'm like, you must be doing this a lot.
Yeah. You just make like a coffee and just jump off that bridge. Right?
Yeah, but yeah, walking it and you see a lot of tourists. It was amazing. But okay, after Grand Canyon, we drove back to Vegas. First stop at In-N-Out Burger.
Nice.
Which y'all who haven't had that, please go eat that.
Okay.
That's, to me, how I describe it. It's Five Guys burgers, a little bit better to me, but it is Chick-fil-A service.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like you get their kind of service there, right? So, and
service is good.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A is a little better.
Yeah, it's more holy, if you want to say.
Someone get that nice combination, Trevor.
Yeah, nice combination. So, okay, you get into Vegas. We got into our hotel. Quick story. All right, after our first night sleeping there, and mind you, our body's still used to the East Coast. Mm-hmm. So we're getting up like 4 a.m. Pull back the sheets. Notice there was a blood stain on the sheet.
No!
Yo, but check that.
I think you should drop a bomb right this minute.
Check that. Yeah, watch it now. Watch. So we know it's a blood stain. So quickly, Tati checked my body to make sure it ain't no blood from me. Check herself. I checked her. It was no blood from her. So I'm like, okay, we don't know what that is. Yeah. Room service, or not even room service. We're going straight to the front desk. Yeah. Going to the front desk. And I'm not trying to be them kind of people that be loud. Yeah. We're like, yo, so what? Some blood stain. I got AIDS on me, dude. Like, what's going on?
It's blood.
But no, like we went to the front desk and said, hey, we woke up this morning. We pulled back the sheets. We saw there was a blood stain there, and it is not from one of us. And I was kind of surprised how quick they were. Like, oh, what? Oh, you could change your room, or we could change the sheets. And we're like, change our room.
Yeah.
Why is this?
I don't want that.
Like blood can go into the mattress.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Why is this even an option?
Probably something is common.
In Vegas. That's all I can say. Vegas, right? So they
don't know what's on those mattresses.
Yeah, so God knows. Please, I'm already washed myself like 3 times since I left. So
get skull off, dog.
Skull off. I need some Epsom salt. So I went after we got a brand new room, bigger room. So they upgraded us.
That's right.
Yeah, and they already.
Trevor shows the hustle right there.
Sure, I'm gonna let you know. I'm walking around with small blood.
Hey, guys, it's your turn to punch yourself.
There's no blood. What are you doing? What's going on?
I ain't gonna know. I'll buy chicken and then just travel with that boy. I'm going.
So what is this?
You gotta stop and pick up some beef real quick.
Yeah.
Is that blood?
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, but okay. So after that,
upgrade from it.
I'm not. I guess I hope Tati won't get mad when I'm bringing this up. But we went there to basically watch a timeshare presentation.
Oh, that's a hustle.
Yeah, well, I'll be disclaimer. I wasn't really trying to use it as a hustle, but hey, you gave me the free room.
Sure. I know plenty of family members that come down like, yo, we're visiting, but we gotta go to timeshare for like an hour. Other than that, we cool.
Yeah,
that's the hustle.
Trey, don't knock the player, dog.
I'm just saying, I wasn't thinking that way, right? But hey, just check me out, right? So, went to a presentation that was off the strip, and mind you, God, like, what whatever their light bill is, they must find a way that it doesn't cost money, because everything constant lights, and the screens that's on the side of the buildings for advertisements for the shows. Yeah. Like you see Cardi B's about to perform a couple weeks from now. The Summer Walker, her great album, by the way. Nice. But she did her listening party in Vegas. Oh. So I wish we went there, but long stories. But anyway, so went to the timeshare presentation, and in the first part, listen, I gotta give these guys credit. You makes you want to say, you know what? Yeah, we could do it. I'm looking at, yeah. I'm like, I didn't even say word to Tati. It was like, I just gave her that look, like, so what do you think?
It's like I take like 2 weeks vacation a year, bro. So I may need to utilize that.
But so, you got real one when wifey's like, nah.
Yes, exactly. She's like, oh, that's cute, but no.
We came before a reason.
Yeah. So, but see, okay, the first guy, he basically gave us the how it is, the good life and have family times, which, mind you, it was some good lessons inside of it, where don't let renting stop you from being with your family. Because if you were renting a house right now, renting kind of halts you from living your own life, having your own house, all this kind of stuff. The guy was putting like some key family and money business into the presentation.
The actual knowledge with whatever.
Yeah. So I took the knowledge. I was like, but I'm not buying that. So I went, it was the next guy that was supposed to talk to us and see if we were interested. We straight up looked at each other like, yeah, no. It's not it. But the man was trying to break us. Like, I'm telling you, we felt small after that little thing, and he made us feel like guilty, because we were saying, we're trying to save for a wedding, we're trying to do this, even though we're giving this man way too much excuses.
Yeah.
Right? We're like, listen, we don't want it. That's it. Right? So he finally broke down and said, all right, wrote it down. But he kind of acted like we were scamming, because I guess a lot of people do that in Florida. I didn't even catch the wave like that. But he said, I did it. I'm sorry. He
just came out here for a free trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's right.
But no, I mean, also a free cruise. So that's
cruise too.
Yeah, that was what we went out there for. Yeah. So we got that.
But I thought about mission too. When Trev on to the cruise boat, man, you got that blood, right?
Get that penthouse. We got no windows? Nah, bro, nah.
Got a bird knife real quick?
Well, sacrifice for a little bit, but anyway.
What's going on here?
But yeah, so we spent some good times. Tell me how there's a Ross right on the strip.
What?
Yeah.
Rose.
Of course it's a Ross.
A 2-story Ross.
What?
Of course we went up on there.
I gotta bring this out.
Yeah.
Y'all know I used to live in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to my my homies in Cleveland, but man, y'all know y'all get on. Y'all stay going to Vegas. I know what it is. I know what type of energy y'all bringing to Vegas, man. Y'all want that Ross.
Yeah. There was like 3. There was like 3 out there.
I want you to understand. I know people who would probably fly over there just so they can take advantage of this 2-story Ross.
Yeah.
Oh, man, where else can you get bathing suits for the all-day pool parties?
Yes.
For the low.
Yes.
Facts.
What type of energy it is,
And you know what? I'll tell you this, right? You see how, over here, there's a lot of CVS's, Walgreens. Yeah. Over there, you see 1 or 2 CVS, Walgreens. But the dispensaries out there, oh my God. Like, they're everywhere. And they're advertising like crazy. I'm thinking the reason why Nevada is making so much money now, because there's a lot of construction going on, and new properties, and you see the Raiders are going to move out there too. I think it's because of dispensaries, and they're the business wise.
Mike Tyson's doing crazy where he has like a dispensary resort.
It's a ranch.
It's like a ranch.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like a resort setup where they got lakes and all types of stuff. And basically, you can vacation there and try some of the world's finest THC.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy. It's just really, you just go in, you call, just write your name down, and like, oh, yeah, just come on in. Of course, security everywhere. Everywhere.
So,
They make you, huh?
You saw Mike?
I ain't say no Mike. I saw Elvis. If you want to count that.
He was everywhere.
He was everywhere.
Oh yeah. But it's like after that. I mean, also I forgot. We're going to mention the Hoover Dam, which pure blue water. I didn't see it because I was driving, but Tati saw it.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, I would love to go back just to see the sites like that.
Because the Hoover Dam is huge.
It's huge, and what it. I think there's a tour that goes through it too. So I would love to see that, but
it's not wrong. I would like to swim inside the Hoover Dam. I'll probably drown, but
yeah,
that'd be dope.
It would be dope just to see what creatures be in there.
But I'm telling you, gambling is not my thing.
Oh,
I tried.
How much you lost?
I took 40 out my bank and lost all 40.
That's Trevor. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good starting amount.
Yeah.
And I would have ended there too, dog. After $4, you know what? I'm retired.
No, man, $4.
What? I'm a cheerleader at that point. So what you betting on? What you betting on, bro?
$4? Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
But I'm saying they have the slot machines everywhere. Once you get off the plane, the slot machines right there.
I heard.
Right? Then it's in, I think there was in the Walgreens. I can't remember.
Oh my God.
I think it was. I got asked, because a lot of stuff just blacked out for a second. But it was everywhere, every hotel. Some of the buffets was the best food I have ever ate, breakfast wise.
Yeah.
Like there was one at the Grand Lux that it was like I just got some pancakes, their biscuits and gravies is pop like no, it's not even Southern style. It's just it tastes way better. No shot to the South.
All right, can I
but
ask a question? How was the prices on some of those stuff?
I mean, that's the only thing. Like
say less.
For buffet, it was like $25 per person.
I say less.
Yeah, so you gotta you know like that.
Spend some money.
Yeah.
Well, man, when I made us pull up with his little squad. So
Yeah, well, yeah, he might bless us, please. But on real, the hustlers in Vegas, I got give them shout outs because they nonstop. You get people. This one guy came up to me, said, "Yo, I'm a new artist. I'm trying to make a career out here." He passed me his flyer. Hey, you take take donations. I said, "Y'all only got donations." Well, brother, I'm gonna need that flyer back.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's right.
I said, "All right, quick for a flyer."
Hey.
There was guys giving out CDs. There was ladies trying to advertise soul food. I'm like, I literally live in Florida. Why would I want to come over here to eat soul food? But whatever. There was just everywhere. There was hustlers, and they're just hunger for it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, I respect their hunger. I respect they're not going home broke. No matter what, they're not going home.
Flyers, you definitely ain't going home, bro.
This one little.
I take donations. I'm using that one.
Listen,
I take donations now.
Listen to me. This one little OBL. I almost said her race, but I shouldn't say that. But there was some OBL lady that was. I'm walking into one of the next kind of malls, casino areas, because every casino is a mall. And every mall is a casino. Like, it's just mixed like that. You walk into this lady said, "Oh, blessings." She put a rubber kind of bracelet thing around my wrist. And so blessings, just write your name. See, Tati wrote it. And listen, me give her credit because she put down, oh, this is Tay, Tay, and the last name Peace, Tay Peace. It's like, this ain't your name. It's like, yeah, because I don't know who this lady is. Then at the last second it says, yeah, donation. I'm like, oh no, got it. It's
look. Tay Peace.
That's that scam they run in Egypt.
Yeah.
They try to like put stuff on you, like, oh, try this scarf on. And the fact that you put it on, they're like, yo, it's yours. You get money for it. You know what I'm saying? They try to make it seem like it's a gift, and they're like, yo, $5.99.
Yeah.
You know?
Donation. No donation.
You have some of them ladies dressed very scantily. There's always comes in pairs of twos.
Oh, looking for donations.
Oh, donations. Yeah.
Donations.
It's donations with take a pose. So it was like once they about to pose, they go to the person and say, well, we pose for donations. And if you take a picture, then there's some that by Fremont Street, which is like the old style of Vegas, and where you see what the zip line thing is, and mind you, there's like I saw one little kid and his pops and older sister dancing to Michael Jackson for money. And on real, I had to change. Because you caught me. I went to the casino already. I'm sorry, but I would have donated. I would have donated. I would have donated to him. Like, for real, the way he was dancing, crazy. But going to the where was the Grand Lux for food. We ate every different. Then you gotta eat the Chinese food over there because they cook it more authentically. So we got out of the strip. You got to go a little bit out of the strip, and Chinese food was on point. It was not touching Tasty Walk yet.
Oh, okay.
Tasty Walk's still the best to me. Whatever, right? I'm trying to think. We do anything else?
Sure, we got to go out there and do that again, bro.
I'm down. But on real, I got also, I guess, the ending of my story. You see, on the plane to and from Vegas, I was wearing God is Dope hoodies, and Tati was wearing My God versus My Enemies hoodie, right? The amount of people that approach or at least said a comment to us, it felt like we were doing a form of ministry.
That's right.
Because they was like, where do you get that hoodie from? I love your hoodie, or stuff like that. And it felt like people are seeing what you believe in on your shirt in an area where you thinking might be the darkest. Which mind you, there was some dark times. I've seen fights. I've seen people. This old lady in a wheelchair asking for a donation, her breasts all out, and wearing one creepy Halloween mask. I'm like, this is creepy. I don't want to be here.
No.
And also the Black Israelites are out there too.
Powerful.
That one I was a little bit off with, because they're not more like trying to lead you to Christ. They're more like, condemn you. It didn't really sound much different than the white supremacists at all, right? So, but I'm just saying, end of the story, like the hustlers, respect to them. I want to say shout out to Tati for not 1 year down, millions to go. Let's live it up. Shoot, anything else I gotta say about this trip? This was crazy.
You're going to give it a positive thought, because everything you've been talking is straight positive. So positive thought is definitely you today.
Okay, positive thought. Let me calculate which positive thought.
Yes, hey guys, that's so profound.
Still see the light in people, even if they're in the darkest places. Because say like a place like Vegas, and if you want to go through scripture like Sodom and Gomorrah, even in those kind of places, there's still light in these people. There's still light in everyone, even on Earth. Light doesn't disappear until they leave this planet. So still try to reach out. Try to look for the good in people, because in a place like that, there's still hope. There's still love, and it's still curiosity, because as I was saying about the hoodies and whatever, even someone that was in one of the casinos just asked me, what does it mean? And then even that little seed being planted in their head, that's still something you could do. You know what I mean? So I want to say shout out to godisdope.com and bodyofgod.com, who made the My God versus My Enemies. Hopefully we could do business, because I know they took enough of my money. But no, they're not. They're not. I just have a lot. Yeah. So I want to say shout out to them. And I had a ratchet. I just can't remember it.
Sure, I got a ratchet.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, so you want me to do it?
Yeah.
All right, guys, God is dope. God is not nasty. Yo, I need you guys to, when you guys said Lamar Odom, tell them that, all the nastiness while he was scratching his balls on TV was on call for One Cut Podcast. Yeah.
That's quite disgusting.
And that's why it was. You didn't see him, Trey?
No.